Guess who's back and better than ever? Hello everyone, welcome to a series of Unflavorable Events, a series in which I talk about all of the unflavorable events that have happened in my life, but I'm also talking about my entire progress with the Edge Challenge. So, let's get into it. We are now on week 3. It is amazing, except for the part where this was the same week as Pride in the Park. I kind of fell off on my diet. The first half of the week I was actually doing very well. Literally got supplements. Haven't used them yet. Probably should. But minus not using the supplements, this was the first full real week where I was actually able to work out with my trainer and then also be able to utilize the strong classes. And I actually realized in doing the strong class, 2 things. 1, I can run at lightning speed. When I was in high school and they made us do the mile run, I literally remember dying. It taking literally like 12 minutes for me to get from one place to the other. But now I don't take as long anymore, which is actually, I did not know that I could do that. Wait, that's bug wild to me. The second thing I learned, my legs are fucking noodles. I knew this walking into everything. My biggest challenge, literally making sure that my legs are where they need to be. Leg day is literally my weakest day out of all the other days that I'm doing. I don't know what to do about it. Something that I will never forget that Megan told me when I first started doing the Edge Challenge. Hazel, I've fully seen you working out at the gym. Your form is shit. Can confirm. One of my weaker points, I believe what is called the fuck do you call that? That shit where like you go in, right? You do this. For example, this is the dumbbell shit, whatever the fuck. It's like bending over and you're just like, you're fully like this. Just like, that shit. I forget the technical name of it. Oh my god, wait, no, I remember what they're called. Bent over, like, dumbbell rows. Them shits. I was doing those. I literally was told, as I'm like, bend my entire torso and do like the flamingo? Is it a flamingo trying to get water when you're doing that thing? I don't know. Whatever that shit is called. I was told, act like you're taking it in the ass. Rather than going like this, the way that I should be, I was going like this. I was easily told, clearly, I can never beat a bottom. Not only did I learn that I had a weak form in the gym, I also ended up learning that I have a weak form in the bedroom. The best way she said to me that would work in my favor is to be able to look at it and think of it as the bend and snap and come back upwards with a snap, not so much of a I swear, I can take it in the ass well. She kind of reiterated to me that I needed to have confidence in everything that I was doing when it came to being in the gym. And it was just a very big fat reminder that I just did not have confidence, period. Something that I've talked about before is about my body dysmorphia and my gender dysphoria, and how both of those things trickled into why I'm doing the Edge Challenge in the first place. Just know that everybody's story is going to be completely different. Just know that my story may have similarities to other people's, but that's not the case. You know what I mean, you know. What is gender dysphoria and what is body dysmorphia? The thing about gender dysphoria is that you feel gender dysphoria when you just know in your heart of hearts that your body is not in alignment with who it is you know yourself to be. Here's the problem at hand. I didn't know who I was supposed to be. Now this is where we go into body dysmorphia. So what is body dysmorphia? Pretty much looking at your body and just not being happy with what it is you see and not being happy with what it is that you have, and just kind of hyper focusing on a lot of the negative parts of what it is your body has. You look in the mirror and all you see is like, bitch, I could fully live without having those love handles. I could fully live without looking like Toucan Sam, Lumpy Space Princess, SpongeBob SquarePants, and just think to yourself, that's the body I have. Absolutely hate it. There's nothing I can do about it. Even when I was in my heaviest weight, I just felt like I could navigate the world so much more easily, so much more confidently, and so much more gracefully in the world as Hazel compared to whenever I was Josh. Josh, he didn't know himself at all, so therefore he wasn't gonna know what it is that he wanted or who it is he wanted to be at all, in the slightest. When I had said last episode, Hazel is more present in this body than Josh is, here's what the fuck I meant by that. I meant Hazel only lives in this body probably like 6 to 7 hours out of the entire week. How is it that a persona that I created is occupying more space in his body. Josh is the person that created Hazel, bitch. Here's the truth, everybody. When I was in high school and I started doing drag, exploring who it is that Hazel was, that took away time from discovering who Josh was. I spent a lot of my time wearing the clothes that my mother gave me and told me to wear to school until I was literally 18 years old. The only other release that I had was watching RuPaul's Drag Race and thinking to myself like, damn, I really want to be a drag queen. And I always thought more than anything about being a drag queen and doing things and wearing things femininely and presenting more femininely than I did spending time trying to figure out like, okay, men's fashion, how do I fit into it? For the longest time, I really genuinely thought that I did that out of the fact that I felt that I was trans. I'm not negating the fact that I'm very much still gender fluid, but if I were to be completely honest, when I talked to you guys about self-acceptance last week and like the difference between that and self-love, I never took time to get to know who Josh was. Everybody, I felt like when I was in high school, was living so much for Hazel. I wanted to be Hazel more often, not just because of how I felt whenever I was presenting as Hazel, right? I wanted to be Hazel more often because that's who I felt people liked more. Growing up, nobody really liked Josh. Josh was very awkward. I was the awkward kid that loved anime. I was the awkward Asian kid that like really loved Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Balls, if you know what I mean. The mixture of being Asian, gay, into anime, and like socially awkward, didn't have that many friends. The culmination of all those things were things that I just did not want to be a part of. I did not want that to be my truth and my narrative. For the longest time, I felt like Josh was just someone that I did not want to be, and I would rather be anything else than to be the kid that had no friends and had no social life, no social cues, no sense of humor. I just wanted to be anything but those things. And the truth of the matter is, at first I thought, I don't have to like Josh or get to know Josh. I can run away and be Hazel and not have to worry about anything because everybody likes Hazel. Hazel could literally do no wrong. Well, that's great and all, but I've let other people define how I should navigate my life and my body. Not to say that I was necessarily pressured into being trans, but like it took the end of a relationship that was rather toxic for me to be able to really see what that meant. But what do I mean by that? Well, you're gonna have to find out in the next episode of a series of Unflavorable Events.